Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to Mania 7 World Cup 2019, and we're now streaming for another block of matches coming from this hour. I'm Remfanga and I'll be joining in with some Poland meme lord Kamikaze here. How you doing?
Hello everyone. I'm really looking forward to seeing my home team play in this World Cup, especially since this is the first time in Mania World Cup history that Poland is actually on top seed. This is gonna be exciting.
Yes, indeed. Poland is starting up with a solid roster for this year. We have Sidek, Hudon, the Dark Dragon, and Benz of Hyrene will be facing against a low seed team, Israel. They have Iden, Nadab, and Zithi as their roster.
Yeah, Israel already played earlier today against Singapore, but unfortunately, Lithan, the captain of the team, who's arguably the strongest player of the team, couldn't attend the match. So it's not really, it's not a good comparison of scores that they could set against the Polish team. However, they did lose very decisively, 4-0, and now they're fighting to stay in this tournament. Because if they win, they still have a chance to advance, but if they lose now, it's over.
Yes, this probably will have like the last life for Israel right now because they have to win one match in order to consider themselves to be advancing to the next round. Although Poland here is, I think, like the the dominating team for that group too. So we have to see for this kind of match.
This group, I think, it's closer than some of the other groups in terms of skill, but it's still Poland coming from top seed is definitely the favorites to win.
Well, indeed, and yeah, we have now live in the lobby right now, and I think we're gonna see some exciting warm-ups. I believe we should have to see there's Nadav and Zippy, and then Hudonum and the Dark Dragon on the lobby right now.
Yeah, we're just getting ready for the warm-ups to begin.
Yes, I believe that the warm-ups are gonna be I don't know, expecting from Poland, which is arguably have most memes so far in entire years of tournament.
I mean, Sweden is pretty close, if not better, but still, yeah. I'm expecting memes from both sides.
Yeah, well, we should see at least, but I think if the warm-up is gonna be shown on stream, I don't know if that's gonna be the case here because it doesn't seem to be loaded. But we'll have.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how this shakes up. It's gonna be also an interesting matchup because if Poland wins this match, they're gonna be playing tomorrow against Singapore for the first place in their group. And that's gonna be giving away some information for the Singapore team in terms of either strategy or scores that the Polish team can set. Same with the previous match where Singapore gave away, I guess, some information that Poland can use in their. So this is interesting to see how they will tackle this.
I think for the most part, for both teams, I think they actually do pretty well so far at this. I mean, at this level of group stage, at least. However, it's if you saw Poland's performances overall, I think they're probably the most all-rounded in the group as well.
Yeah, I think so as well, because Poland has always been this kind of a team which is not especially strong in a single skill set, but they're very well-rounded as they cover each other's weaknesses a lot.
I think we're gonna be starting for first warm-up. I think this might be from Israel's warm-up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's
Israel's I don't
warm-up.
know because I think the mapper himself is also in the lobby.
This sounds interesting.
I have no idea how to pronounce that. Oh well. I saw a face right there. Okay. This is gonna be interesting.
So yeah, so the first warm-up from the Israeli side is gonna be Fagin Zianti Tabat Shela. I hope I pronounced that correctly. It's actually a chart by ZV who's playing right now.
You butchered it. Alright. That's a pretty long cooldown as well.
What is happening actually? Why aren't they skipping?
Seems like they want to enjoy as long as it can before it starts.
Before it's just like 2 notes.
That's a phone number.
I'm not so sure about that.
Something's gonna happen.
המברק נשלח מפי פגין. אם ברצונכם לשמוע אותו, אנא הקישו אחת שוב.
Okay, what?
Oh my god!
What is this?
What is this?
Oh, that's some pretty amazing patterning.
These hit sounds are so loud.
Oh my god.
All the Polish teams play it.
Oh no.
Alright.
Okay, this was an amazing warm-up.
Starting off with quite a start, with a bit of a meme inside. Well, should be switching up to the second warm-up. Well, at least that was quick. So
yeah. So now we're waiting to see what Poland picks as a warm-up. Oh hell yeah!
Oh my!
This is some tune I remember.
Familiada. Alright.
For those that don't know, Familiada is basically the Polish version of Family Feud, in a way. So that's a pretty big meme around here. And it's a hardstyle remix. Hell yeah.
Man, this looks like a banger.
Hell yeah. This is a great song.
I would actually glad to tune this in after this match finishes.
Well, the bitmap is already ready to download. Follow it on the website. So we'll see how the chart actually looks like after the players download the map.
Oh my god! The flags, man! Holy crap!
Flags are actually growing out of this guy's thumb.
That's a nice choice of background, I would say.
So far, it looks interesting.
It does look interesting, for now at least.
And here we go. This is actually not as hard as I imagined it would be.
I mean, it's still pretty normal, at least for most 70 players.
That's some pretty epic jacks. Epic warm-up.
I mean, on the other side, Israel is having quite a lot of trouble, especially Nadav.
Yeah, Nadav is not handling those talents well. Wow, that was a pretty nice inverse on right. Okay, this is getting harder.
Some sick of added two hands with some bit of a win, some long notes.
Yeah, Nadav is actually dropping below 96%.
It's kind of looping a little bit there.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god!
This is more like it.
We have a little bit of delay, streams at least.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's a proper warm-up.
Warming up all of those skill sets.
Those are some really interesting patterns though. Like simulated brackets even.
Dang,
That's
Dark
a
Dragon
really
is...
good warm-up.
Yeah, Dark Dragon is nailing some of this transition as well. That's interesting to see.
Yeah, his ratio is really good at this as well.
Yeah, alright, rolls incoming. At least for now. I'm gonna see... I think Poland will roll... I don't know, man. Have the best roll so far, I think.
10 out of 10 map approved by Israel.
Within rolls of 50 on Israel's side. Either have to be more than 50 or...
It's a 50-50 chance.
Yeah, you get a 50-50 chance or else you're gonna ban something first.
It can't be more fair than this.
However,
So we'll see.
rolling... Yeah. Let's see.
We'll see Tech rules another roll in World Cups.
Guessing 77.
Ah,
Alright, there we
wow.
go! Aye!
They actually
Alright.
won. Nice.
Alright, so Israel will be banning first and Poland will be banning second and fixed first. However, I think given the progress that Israel has, I think there will also be like probably have the same ban or else more like scatterbrain or probably blast brain.
Oh yeah, they actually banned Scatterbrain.
Yeah, not so surprising really because I think Poland has like a pretty good average score on this as well. So I'm not that surprised either that Poland will
I
have
see
like a good chance on it.
Poland play this obviously, but Poland is known as a country for practicing SB charts in tournament, so it's not too surprising. And we'll see what Poland decides to ban.
Banning Tenkunoshiro Vereru. Alright.
Oh, this is interesting. Banning the speed pick, the hardest speed pick in this pool. They're probably gonna be relying on their accuracy being better than Israelis. But yeah, we'll see what they decide to pick first.
I think they might go for like something a bit more easier to accuracy, which is like I think probably Otenbo or Ververt, which is probably their best bet as well.
I want them to pick Ververt because it's my map. Not biased at all.
Wow, not biased by the way.
Oh, and they're
And
actually
they
picking
gonna pick
Otenba.
Otenba. Alright.
They're picking the technically the easiest map to accuracy in this map.
You know what's funny about this is? Because I think like the love map, which is like my tangency one, is like 1.2.
Yeah,
And
it's
this
exactly
one
1.2.
is like and this one is like I'm hearing this in like using a halftime mod, which is a completely different song.
Yeah, a lot of people are used to the love chart of this song, which is mapped by Tanjing C. It's an 8-star chart and it's on 1.2 speed, so yeah. This is 140 BPM and that chart is 268.
Also, the love one is like featured in like 10 long no dan or something on 7 key.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, now we're just waiting for players to ready up, and we'll start with the first match in this block of matches. The thing about this chart in particular is that it can really go down to even 1 or 2 200s from each of the players because of how easy this chart is overall. So it can be really nervous. If some players get nervous and drop a single miss, it can be over for the entire team.
Yes, indeed. And this is probably easy to choke themselves, but here we go. We have the first map out of possible 7. You have a 10 by Koimusume picked by Poland or Israel.
Yeah.
I think I got Poland.
It is picked by Poland, yeah. Actually, there's a slight drop of accuracy from Hudanam at the start, but He dropped a 200 as well. Oh,
that's a weird 200 from Udonome too.
It is a slow jump, slight slower screw than usually. That might choke players off, but that's still not that good.
I mean, it's still fine if you're having issues on the intro, because I think there's one particular section that might be like a couple of choke points happen in the song.
Oh yeah. There are a couple of points where you can drop accuracy or drop combo really easily. So we'll see how they fare. So far it's really neck and neck. The Pseudonym is now beating Nadav's accuracy, but Lithan is beating the Dark Dragon's accuracy. Poland is just taking the lead slightly, but it's going back and forth. It's really close. And nobody dropped in that section.
Yeah, it only comes down to like the sheer accuracy, because I think like they're probably going like hand to hand in between players too.
Yeah. The thing is that Nadav dropped a little bit of accuracy down to 99.37 now. That's a significant difference on this chart. Because as you can see, Poland already took a small lead from that, and they will need to drop some 200s to lose. Oh, and Nadav now missing.
Oh, Nadav, yeah, taking a bit of a drop in that section.
Yeah, as we said, it all just takes one misread, just forgetting to press the key due to nerves, and actually, interestingly enough, both of the Polish players have almost exactly the same accuracy now.
Yeah, I think Poland will have. I think they have this in the bag if they don't actually choke themselves, and probably doesn't tank that accuracy all that much.
Yeah, there's nowhere to choke left in this chart, so Poland has it. But Lithan is actually getting really good accuracy for his team.
Yeah, despite Udonome have a rocky start at the intro, and now is actually holding his ground really well. Same for the Dark Dragon, actually.
Actually, the Dark Dragon had 150, and the best ratio in the room. The best 300, max 300 count. But those are wow, those are actually scores about 70 points apart for Udonome and the Dark Dragon. That's something.
Yeah, 22,000 points of difference, which I think it's kind of closer for like in between players. Although Lydon taking the MVP slot with 99,400 points.
Yeah. But even despite Nadav missing, I don't think that would have mattered much. Because Nadav's accuracy was a bit lower than both Udonome and the Dark Dragons, and that was edging out a bit. So yeah. Now we'll see what Israel decides to pick as a counter pick. Oh, and they're actually picking Verwerk. That's interesting.
Interesting choice by Israel, picking straight up Verberg as the next step to counter, at least accuracy wise. I don't like this is probably like one of the most mixed charts in the pool, given that this is not as intensive as the Otenba, which is pretty long.
It's pretty hard to accuracy with OD9. So it's kind of a mix between a mixed pick and an accuracy. Which I don't know if it's a correct choice to go for it if Poland is having slightly better accuracy overall, but it's worth a try again. Now the Polish team is just discussing some tactics, and we should be getting into the map pretty soon.
Yeah, I think like either probably Sidek is like in the chat probably playing as we speak in the lobby right now. I don't think he will.
I mean, Sidek is the captain of the team, so yeah. Okay, so we're seeing a
Oh.
swap. Dark Dragon is swapping for Benzopyrene.
Yeah. I'm actually kind of curious as to Benzo's performances on like probably all the maps in the pool. I actually have no clue on how he's going to perform in this.
All I'm gonna say is that Benzopyrene over the last 2 or 3 months has skill boosted insanely, so he's gotten really good. Yeah, we'll see how he plays in this tournament.
They would certainly have a chance if Nadav can hold his ground really well, same as Layden as he did on like Otemba.
Yeah. If Nadav can keep up his accuracy around the same level as one of the Polish players, Israel definitely has a chance to score a point.
Yeah, we'll see with Israel's pick, Pervert, see if they can actually going hand in hand with Poland. Small go. Oh, wow! All right, Benza taking up a 1 combo break there.
It's very early to get a combo break, but still, they really need to up their accuracy in order to fight, or just hope that Israel misses.
I mean, there's still quite a few bit of a map, although Nadav is tanking to almost low 99s, which is not a good sign because they have to keep his composure throughout the entire song, which is only 9 and it's not that easy to act.
Nadav dropped a fair bit of 200s and now Layden misses.
Oh yeah, Layden taking a tank in terms of accuracy and he finds a combo break in there. That's gonna be quite a huge lead to Poland actually because Nadav is now below 99.
Yeah, and the slight drop from Benzopyrene doesn't mean much because his accuracy is still holding up really well. Even better than Layden's. And Hoodonom is just running away with it with 99.8. That's pretty amazing accuracy for this chart.
2 combo bonuses from Poland is already there. And Layden is not almost there we go. He's recovering with his combo bonus right now, but he still needs a really good accuracy, and probably Poland needs to chill actually to give this back.
Yeah. Nadav dropped a lot of 200s now. Layden missing again. And that's it.
Yeah, there's no way they can actually catch up to that. Although now actually Nadav full combo for Berg right now. That's pretty impressive given that he's capable of like holding his ground pretty well. You know?
Yeah.
1-200 for Hoodonom and 3-200 despite the miss.
Yeah. The thing is that Nadav has some problems on long note charts from what we're seeing. Both in warm-ups and now he dropped a lot of 200s around long note patterns. So that can be something that Polish team can exploit.
Yeah, that's probably have like kind of information for Poland because they have like Summer and Kagome still open right there, and then Spica, which is also one of the like long note picks.
You know what they also have? They also have the map that hasn't been picked at all this round. The only map that hasn't been picked at all this round, Ouroboros. I wonder if they might go for that. It seems a bit risky.
I mean, like, we have to see this. I mean, Poland can actually pick anything, right? Because they actually dominating for this type of match, and it's just their own pick. Or they're going for Dur, which is probably another straight up accuracy oriented chart, which is probably going for a little bit of a tech jack. And Benzo is going to be switching with C-Dex, which is their probably the captain and probably like the main accuracy player as well. And it's probably interesting to see how they Poland can actually perform on like probably one of the skill that takes up not entirely on accuracy, but it's trying to holding this probably technical jack ability on its own. However, I think Israel might actually have a chance at actually if Poland somehow can manage to give a couple combo breaks or probably like an accuracy tank. They should probably be doing well on its own too.
Yeah, I think that there is a pretty safe pick against Israel because they have a clear accuracy advantage, and this is really accuracy. If only none of the players choke on this chart, they should be fine. Especially Hudona, who's known for being a beast at this kind of charts.
Yeah, we have to see now if Poland will have another shot. Although I think Nadav just missed there, or probably it's just the client leg. Oh yeah, there's the client leg, so it's not a legitimate miss.
Nadav opening with pretty rough accuracy, below 99%. That's already giving the edge to Poland, and Nadav also misses.
But yeah, that was not lag. That was a legitimate draw by Nadav.
Yeah. And Hudonum is rocking 99.9. Sitek now missed.
Oh, Sitek's dropping, yeah.
But that's not enough to equalize.
I think Nadav has like seriously struggling on his accuracy right now. He's holding like mid 98 basically, and then if you look over at Poland's side, Hudonum is holding 99.93 right now, and Sitek is no slouch up.
Yeah. Sitek's accuracy is still holding up nicely, you just had one drop. And Hudonum's accuracy is just out of this world right now. 99.292.
Litton's actually doing not that bad actually, holding 9964, pretty much neck and neck between Sitek, if not with a drop by Sitek.
Yeah, but Nadav is not keeping up that well with accuracy on this. So that's a very clear advantage for the Polish team.
Yeah, we're now at the last quarter right now. Doesn't seem to be dropping a few accuracy, although on Poland's side, although I think Israel might have a lot of accuracy thing. There we go, and Nadav takes up another combo break. Should be a good position for Poland right now, and as they will take their third point.
Wow, Hudonum 996,000 points.
That was insane. That was a V1 double S as well. 94,300.
Double digit 300s on this chart is really impressive.
Sitek is actually not doing that bad himself. Only 1,200, but despite the weird 50s and a miss, his ratio is probably neck and neck with Hudonum too.
Yeah, that probably just was one misread that caused the 250s and miss. But that wasn't too impactful. And now
Also
we'll
also potential match point for Poland now. Going to see if anything they have to like taking a reverse sweep or probably taking up 4 points in a row for Israel.
The interesting thing is that there's only really risky picks remaining.
Yeah, I think Israel. I think Israel wants to play tank with its band, so you have to pick something that might finish off. All right, I think we should be back to see. I think Israel. Israel still discussing on what to pick actually, because
Israel still hasn't Oh,
Yeah, they wanted to play Tenku, but it's banned. Oh, going for Summering Kagome
that's an
for
interesting pick.
the long note area pick. That's probably like one of the ballsy moves I've ever seen from like Israel, because they just lost in like probably with Tenba, which is also like one of the longer, kind of like a longer inverse, but it's not longer. But given that information for Israel, I think Poland will probably take this into consideration.
Yeah, the thing is that Israel didn't really have any safe picks left because Pika is probably the least LN pick of the remaining ones, but still not really. So they're just going all out risky.
Oh, you don't know, movie switch out, I guess? Going with, I think, Benzo or probably the Dark Right.
I think Benzo might be playing this, but I'm not sure.
Oh, a double swap?
They're getting some advanced tactics over here.
Oh,
yeah, so
Benzo
it's-
and the Dark Dragon swapping out for both players. Alright.
Yeah. Our resident noodle eater, the Dark Dragon, and already a veteran at MWC tournaments, Benzo Pirate.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit interesting to see because I think Benzo will probably do fine on it, despite this not being like the most what is it, like the longer skill set that takes into like account into every easy map so far. However, this is like it's still pretty tricky to accuracy still.
Yeah, this is a very awkward chart to play. The pirates don't look that hard, but they play very hard.
Yeah, especially for like people who are playing in like the Euro American tournament Bomb Cup. This is like
Yeah.
the nightmare shot that you're actually supposed to play on. There we go. We have like possibly the last map of the match here. Nada is seriously struggling with it as accuracy is not even holding a 97 right now. Benzo is doing fine, but his accuracy is still tanking more and more.
Yeah, but they still both have really considerable advantage over the Israel team in terms of accuracy. That's what I was fearing with all of the picks remaining. And now Leighton missing.
Yeah, Lydon is not doing as best as he could, and then he takes another combo rig as well. So this is just straight up pretty convincing. Although I wouldn't say that this is actually still the finish yet, because Benzo is kind of still taking in terms of accuracy. Although Dark Dragon is still like dominating this map completely.
Yeah. And Poland has a really big advantage right now. Dark Dragon and Benzo pairing both with full combos, and Dark Dragon with over 99%. And Leighton now missing again.
Yeah, we're almost inching forward to the ending now here. It's just a really dominant performance by Poland here. There's just no way stopping.
Nadav drops his full combo right at the end. And both of the Israeli
both players
is on the
dropping
step.
on the stairs, yeah. That was it. That was a win for Poland, 4-0, a clean sweep against Israel. So congratulations to Poland, and I think they still have to play against Singapore for their next
They're
match.
playing against Singapore for the first place in the groups. And unfortunately, Israel, having lost both of the matches, are now eliminated from the tournament.
Yes, indeed, and I mean, to be clearly honest with you, I think like, given that Israel is performing, I think pretty well, given that in the low seed, because if you see like the previous match between like Singapore and then Poland, this kind of performances is actually just not that bad, really. If you like competing with other teams.
Those are really commendable performances. Just they lacked the accuracy for this stage on some of them. Rather than that, they played really well.
Yes, indeed, and I think they still have like probably 20 minutes or so for like the next match. Or probably I'm wrong here. Hold on, let me
It's
check the
about
schedule.
25 minutes until the next match.
Oh yeah, 25 minutes. All right. So I think we're still gonna be having Macau versus United States. I would believe.
Yeah, and at the same time, there's gonna be a match between Canada and Sweden happening in parallel.
Yeah, probably like around 23 minutes or so. And yeah, we're gonna see this the overview of the matches so far. Yeah, still have like Macau versus United States and then Canada versus Sweden in like 23 minutes. And
Yeah.
it's looking like probably like a good solid block of matches so far. I think we see like Israel, Poland, UK versus Brazil, Sweden versus Thailand, Argentina versus Indonesia, and some of the other matches that we already seen so far. It's been a wild ride.
Great match, a great match between Netherlands and Taiwan. That was really exciting. The only match that wasn't a 4-0 so far, and also the only tiebreaker.
Yeah, the tiebreaker like that is like pretty amazing. Like if you still haven't watched that match, you're gonna go check out the VODs listed on the past broadcast. There, it's really satisfying to.
Yeah, the interesting thing about this match also is that low-seeded Netherlands beat the Taiwanese team, and they also secured themselves the place in brackets because Taiwan already played both of their matches, and so the Netherlands are, for the first time in history, I think they're gonna be in the bracket stage of the Mania World Cup.
Oh yeah, I would say like probably the only match that even though so far is probably Netherlands versus South Korea still remaining because Taiwan already played like 2 matches and
Yeah.
Taiwan is guaranteed to be like not advanced to the next round. But if Korea manages like securing another win against Netherlands, that will be like our first seed in a group, and then they'll be facing like probably another second seed in the group too.
Yeah.
That's gonna be pretty exciting.
And the next matches that we're gonna be seeing the top seed of Group B, United States versus low seed Macau. The group hasn't played any matches yet. And then from Group E, we're gonna be seeing Sweden versus Canada, and those are mid and the low seed teams. So this match can determine which team advances into the brackets. This is also gonna be interesting.
Yeah, the overview on like Sweden versus Canada, because Sweden already lost to Thailand from clean sweep 4-0, and it's gonna be, you have to like consider that Sweden has to win in order to like give in a second or probably like second seed or probably third seed, given that they already lost a clean sweep. So
yeah, but that match is still gonna be a decider because I personally don't think that Canada can beat Thailand with this strong of a team that Thailand has. So it's gonna be a battle directly for advancing to the brackets between Canada and Sweden. Because Thailand's team this year is really, really scary, and I just don't see them losing to a low seed.
yeah, all of like the top seed teams so far in this year, they've been really, really stacked. For like Brazil, Thailand, Korea, Philippines as well. They're the real monsters in the 70. I mean, in terms of like the 70 department, they are absolutely hand throughout the tournament.
Yeah, to be honest, all of the top seed teams this year are very stacked in one way or another. Especially like the few contenders for the first or second place. Of course, South Korea, Thailand, Philippines, China are all amazingly strong this year, and it's gonna be really interesting to see how all of this shakes up in the bracket stage.
Yeah, probably like the top seeded teams so far this year. It's like Thailand has a really stacked roster. We have like Kens or Zenonia, for people that might know him as Kens, and Law School, and then Boss Matt Wall, which is mainly a 4-key player, but he's playing as an SB main as a 7-key. And then you have like Philippines.
As the man for the dirty jobs, as I would like to call it.
Yeah, same. I would actually do like playing a 7-key myself, but I can't play. I'm just like a maining on like SB, but whatever
Well,
skill.
knowing you is gonna take you like half a year, and you'll be better. You'll be playing in the team.
Maybe we'll see because I still have to practice to do so. Yeah, but like the other top seed being Philippines as well. It's I don't know what to say about Philippines right now. It's just really stacked. I don't know what to say about the roster, especially like you have Entozer, Silode, and then like the other players being a massive like Ochijam players all around. They're been really solid early game, late game.
I think that if Philippines can get past first two rounds, because they might struggle in early rounds with accuracy against some other very high seed. But if they make it through the first stages, then they're gonna be a really big threat. Because
Yes,
of
indeed.
how far their row skill goes. Knowing the players from other games, they're just amazing players, and if the pools get hard enough, they can really wreck the competition.
Also, in the Twitch chat, like David asking if Stupid Man in the US team. Yes, he is. He will be playing alongside with the other roster in the United States as a representative, as a fellow commentator himself, playing in the versus Macau match. Yeah.
Yeah, he is gonna be playing in the match that's gonna be happening in 20.
Also, would point out that United States is also kind of stacked too because they have like they have like the solid, probably like one of the scariest teams in terms of like playability on in terms of skill set, which is probably like SVs and probably some of the Rice Bigs actually, which is kind of scary to watch.
The strength of the United States team is the same strength that I pointed out for the Polish team. They have a really well-rounded team that can take on pretty much any chart in the pool. And they can take advantage of some of the weaknesses from other possibly.
Yeah, we have to see though. I mean, in this like 17 minutes from now, that we have United States versus Macau. I mean, they still either one of those teams will have to play one more match in order to determine the first seed and the second seed of the group.
Yeah.
But I think for now we have still, I mean, like have a 60-minute break, I should say, because I think it's gonna be a pretty short break, at least for us, because I think we have like to gonna compose ourselves and probably take a little bit of a toilet break or grab a drink or have whatever, grab some mania World Cup food that you should say.
Oh yeah, the classic.
Yeah, they have the classic break for now, so I think we should be back in around 15 minutes or so. So yeah, I think we should be going for a little bit and grab ourselves some a little bit of a water and probably food.
Yeah,
just to
grab
fill
your
ourselves.
drinks, grab your beverages, grab your food, and we'll see each other in about 15 minutes for the Macau versus United States. See you soon.
Yeah, we'll be right back for another 14 minutes. Alright, we're back everyone, and welcome back to Mania 7K World Cup 2019. We're back again with another match coming up, which is Macau versus United States. I am Remfangel, still here joining by Dolan here. How are you doing?
Doing well. Hello everybody in the Twitch chat. I'm hyped for this. I heard Mania is a thing and I wanted to get in on this action. So
you thought so, because this is gonna be a hell of a ride as well. Seeing your home country playing against Macau too.
I don't even know who I want to win now. I'm torn. Do I go with my home country? Do I go with Macau? Like,
wow.
oh,
That's some good sportsmanship right there.
It's tough, dog. It's tough. All right, it's tough.
All right, but I think we're still probably going to be seeing still probably the first match on that group as well, as I think United States will probably have like probably one of the stacked rosters in the entire years of like World 7K World Cup, I should say. Although Macau is probably not slouch at all.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Macau are here, so you don't want to underestimate anybody in group stage. It's the last thing you want to do, because you can get burned pretty easy. But
indeed,
this U.S. squad is pretty good in terms of previous 7K U.S. Squads, I would say. So it's going to be an uphill battle for Macau, but see what they can do.
Yes, and we're now being back into the lobby right now, and we're going to be seeing both Macau players, only 2 Macau players in the roster, and he's sitting out here against United States, meeting Gekido and Ayaya, or probably everyone known him as Alternator as his previous username. And they're gonna be starting with the first warm up, which I don't know which this is.
Me neither. I have no idea which team picked this. But is this like a love song?
I think it's pretty much.
Oh my!
We'll see anyway. Yeah, like some short, what is it, like long noted verses being kept around for quite a while.
Oh.
And this is
I can get down to
Macau's warm-up,
this.
yeah.
Oh, I can get down to this.
Yeah, we're gonna be seeing some full-on long-noted verses all this time around, just to keeping up contact with the skill sets that probably United States might have lacking some of it. As we see, like Gekido is just struggling so much on this.
Oh, this song though. Like, I don't think anything else matters.
And not too surprising, really, Macau is actually winning on his own warm-up, which is okay. 98.7 per capture.
I wasn't talking about the game. They're just winning in life. I mean, this song like takes you back to the high school prom days. All right. Like, this is something that would be played at a high school prom.
That's some mood right there.
That's the mood. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, Macau, they're classy, all right?
Oh man, that's a really pretty much. I think it's kind of relatable in life, but whatever. Still.
Oh my goodness. I need to go buy a Macau banner.
I think it's still not available yet, but you're gonna get it soon eventually.
Alright, we need Macau to win a match so we can get a Macau banner.
Alright.
Oh man, it has to be over?
Yeah, it's pretty short.
Man, I was digging it.
Sometimes that's gonna be over, man. It's okay.
Man, I'm sorry that I was... Oh, I felt like 6 years younger for a second.
Alright, but now we're gonna be seeing the second warm. I think this is by United States, which is...
And then we have the United States. Just dubstep. Electro... EDM, just... We're gonna go from that to the exact opposite.
I think this one is probably the more complicated than we see like in the first Macau's warm-up, which is, I think some people might know this from like Autojam chart, which is absolutely disgusting, but this one is converted basically to OS Mania.
Oh boy.
This one is just ugly. Like you will see.
We see Stupid Man coming in.
The fellow commentator himself cheering up for the United States.
I hear he's pretty good at Mania.
Same.
You sounded so unsure.
I would dub, but we'll see.
All right, let's see what we got here.
Yeah, it's not like pretty sweet intro, nothing bad regardless. But some speed changes given Corona.
Yeah, nothing too insane here.
See? Like I thought, like Stupid Man missed right there, so I'm probably gonna doubt him.
And look at Macau, just like, they're like, full combos? Full
Pretty
combos?
Now, no full combos on the United States side, and Macau
Oh my
just keep
goodness.
rocking him. And
Nerf
you still hold down
Macau.
with the Jax.
Oh goodness. Oh goodness, everything is dying. The lag.
Pretty much, yeah, but
I was
Look at
literally
Captain.
just
Oh,
asked
okay.
if I was familiar with how this game works.
yeah, it's not like it's just like
Yeah,
knowing that this prioritizes on accuracy and combo.
Yes, yes, Happy Stick, to the man up in the booth, streaming things for us today. Shout out to him.
Yes, shout out to Happy Stick, everybody. Doing all the works for the stream.
I love how it's like, as soon as I get into the commentator's booth, he's like, hey, you're familiar with how this works, right? Like, you know, do you know how Mania works? like, we're just now asking me these questions.
I mean, you should give it like a backstory of like you're hosting a Mania tournament as well, and I think it's still ongoing.
Mania 1 key free-for-all, guys, still ongoing. Into the round of 16 this weekend. I was eliminated last week. Sad, I know. Hold back the tears.
Hell yeah.
But
And now you're seeing, look at the
This is-
insanity going on the chart.
this is advanced right here, alright?
Just
I don't know how I'm
some-
gonna commentate this. Like, it's just... There's so much happening.
Yeah, there's some nasty thrown into the chart. I mean, I think it's okay regardless, because I think this is straight up conversion of like Autojam chart. But
Yeah.
still, impressive showing by United States right there. Same as for Macau, actually.
Yeah, actually Macau not playing too bad in these warm-ups. So, they look like they're ready today. I think, pressure's on Macau here. They need to win one of their matches to advance to the round of 16.
Probably like winning one of their matches to get into like the guaranteed first seed on the group. So they should have a bit of a leeway into like the next round.
Yeah, well, unfortunately for them, their first match is against their top seed in their group, so they can kind of, get their footing here against the US, and even if they lose, they can have more confidence on certain maps and certain picks when they go to play against Russia. So
Yeah, but we'll see though. Oh, Macau winning on the roll, 67 to 17.
It's
Superman
over.
Rolling. Yeah.
it's over.
All right.
Decimated by 50 points on a roll. Yikes.
United States will be banning first, and I think United States already banning Last Ray, and Macau is banning Scatterbrain, so no SVs charged remaining.
Yeah. Getting the SVs out of here. Scatterbrain, nobody seems to like that map.
I think I actually played that once. It's pretty fun, but I mean, it's pretty much anybody's taste.
Ooh, Ververg.
Yeah, we're gonna see Verberg as their first pick for Macau. Going
This is
for
actually
straight up
so good for Macau
mix.
that they were able to win the roll, because now if they're able to take 1 point, they will get a 3rd pick in this match.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct on that one.
Yeah, I actually know how matches work, okay? Like, man, I'm getting roasted by everyone. Oh, well.
But oh well.
All right, but it's hype time, all right? Macau versus the United States. It's going down.
Yeah, it's gonna be the first map out of possible 7. It's gonna be Verberg picked by Macau. See how they will work on this one against United States.
Yeah, here we go, getting underway into Verberg. Ooh, actually the US tanking a more act than Macau at the start there. But score's gonna flip back and forth.
Yeah, look at the consistency of like the intro for United States. They're holding probably around the same like 99.7s.
Yeah.
Although Macau is kind of struggling on accuracy.
Yeah, I mean, Captron is playing absolutely insane. He's got the highest act. It's just his teammate Iquas is tanking act. If he can recover, Macau will have a fair shot at this, because Captron 99.9 is killing it right now. But the Americans holding quite nicely at 99.84 and 0.79.
Now he's on the level of like stupid man's accuracy right now for Captron, but Itkos is nowhere near as probably recovering his accuracy right now. He's now holding below 99.
Yeah. Yeah, Iquas is dropping below the 99. If he can pick up the act, Macau has got a solid shot here. But a third of the map left to play. The Americans holding steady with 99 eights.
Yeah, very solid performances overall. I think both of these players, given that, trying their best to actually compose themselves and not to break combos.
I mean, credit to Macau though, they're hanging in there. They're right behind him. Oh, but Captron's gonna drop!
Yeah, Captron's gonna drop right there, and the map is all about to end actually, so it's not gonna matter anyways, as United States taking their first breakpoint of the match.
Yeah, the US take a 1-0 lead. Macau playing very well though, only losing that one by around 34,000. And we're gonna get a little bit of a reboot on the client before we get into the second pick. So Rem, do you think there are any other maps in this pool that Macau can stand out on?
I would actually argue that probably they have like 2 or 3 best picks. But it's just given that their performances on like Verber is absolutely massive. Given that only one drop from like Macau's side, it's just really hard to recover. But I think given that the performances on Verber, they have like Otenba Komusume as their first map, and then the second one would be probably let's say like Tenku, which is the speed already charge. But I don't know if they would actually compete on like capabilities of the United States, because they also have the speed capabilities to outmatch Macau right now.
Yeah, and also the US just have more depth. Macau, a team of only 2 players, the minimum amount you can have, so they cannot switch out for anybody.
Yeah, they're representing on their own right now. They only have 2 players, which they should have like probably an all-rounded skill set to play on all of those maps in the pool too, which is kind of sucked anyways. But it's still really good to represent your country anyways.
Yeah, I mean, they made it. They're in the World Cup. And obviously, they're one of the fan favorites.
Absolutely. Like, they're cheering for like the 4 key on the last year. It's not going to change until like 7 key this time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, if Macau makes it out of groups, this place is gonna explode.
Same, man. Like, I would actually kind of like rooting for Macau, really, because one of
Top
the
10
best
anime
African
moments.
countries out there.
One of the best.
And yes, United States picking Ouroboros. I think this is probably like the first time it's being shown on the stream, actually.
Yeah, it's quite nice. Yeah, we haven't seen Ouroboros picked in many other matches yet, I don't think.
Yeah, going for the first appearance on the tournament. I would say that this one is probably like, I would say probably the hardest in amongst the other maps. But when they actually have the capabilities to perform, they should be doing fine, regardless.
Mm-hmm. Well, here we go on round number 2. This is a pick from the United States. Things pretty, like, fairly even at the start here. Just Idquist slightly behind on accuracy.
Capchun's kind of falling a little bit too, despite the United States holding all 99.8s on both players.
Ah, yeah, Stupid Man playing well.
And he just dropped a little bit of accuracy as well, so not bad. But it's still Macau's holding a decent amount, a fair margin on the at this length, which is 99 across. Yeah,
they're hanging in there, waiting to see if like the US will just have a nuclear meltdown. A big act drop, a miss, could easily put Macau right back in this. But it would help if they could get their accuracies up just a tad bit to help kind of pad the gap.
Yeah, we're now half into the chart right now, and it's still in favor of the United States by about 15,000 points in favor of the United States right now.
Yeah, as we enter the final third here. Idkus getting his hack up a little bit. But again, the Americans just holding so well with 99 7s and 99 6s. Making the difference right now.
The hard part is coming a little bit further, progresses on the chart, which is probably going to be a choke point.
Yeah, let's see if Macau can make it through. Because if they can make it through and see an American miss, they may have a shot at the end.
No one seems to drop on this hard section, and the hard part just depletes now, as they all take 4-way FCs all across the board.
FC. Oh no, Idquist at the end! No!
I call it.
That,
my bad.
I felt that.
I wouldn't actually guess that right at the first time, but oh well.
I feel so dirty now. Oh no.
But yeah, that was still gonna be a point for United States, 2-0. And looking at solid scores overall by both players, 4 200s and 10 200s.
Yeah. I mean, Macau actually not playing too bad. Just the US playing ridiculously well. They are the top seed in their group. And we'll see where they go from here. I think it's Macau's pick next, actually.
Yeah, it's Macau's pick. And given the position they're in right now, I would doubt they would probably pick Tenku no Shiro, the speeder in the chart by Blanco. But the other chart being Der would probably be the the most favorable ones. Not too.
Yeah. Honestly, Macau just need to get on the board with this pick. put a point up, stop the bleeding, and guarantee themselves another pick in the match. And see Capchon and Igkos, they're discussing. Oh, but they're actually going with
Otenba.
Otenba. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I expected. Going for like straight up accuracy picks just to solidify the accuracy that they already have in the first place. But United States, no slouch.
Yeah. This is a big point for Macau here. And looks like Stupid Man gonna step out and Gekido gonna take his place.
Yeah, I would say Gekido is probably like the one of the most accuracy-based player, given that he's really strong in terms of like straight-up accuracy picks in general, which is not that it was a bit of a surprise to see him playing this chart.
Here we go. Round 3.
Saw 200s from Itko's right at the beginning.
Yeah, that's a big drop there. He'll be able to recover a lot of it. But you just saw his act go down to 97. And unfortunately, that's just been the story of the match. It seems that Itquist just can't seem to keep his accuracy up, even though he's not playing terrible.
I mean, it's kind of interesting to see that both of these players from Macau was also participating on like the 4 key last year. So this actually gonna be like representing twice for the team right now, and they're showing really well on both 4 key and 7 key.
Yeah, they're not playing bad at all. But the United States.
Yeah, holding 99.9s and 99.85 is absolutely insane at this level.
Yeah, well, Capchon's almost at a 99.9 himself. He's right up there with him. Ikos is actually recovering his axe, so this is a very close match here. If the US find just a random miss, Macau are right back in this. They're right there. Any slight act tank could... Gekido actually dropping a little bit of act there, down to the 75s.
Still, the hardest part is not there yet. There's still one more couple choke points right there, and probably is going to be the deciding factor.
Yeah, this is insanely close right now. Macau trying to fight for their first point of the tournament.
Or the scores are getting a little bit closer in tad of like a sheer accuracy difference.
Yeah, because look, Idquist's act has been slowly rising this entire match, and Gekido's act drop has really narrowed the margin. It's next to nothing now as we're in the final quarter. We could be in for a really close finish on this map.
The hard part is almost depleted, but it's just still going to be an accuracy battle at the ending.
Yeah, I think the Americans still have just enough, but they need to avoid any unnecessary act tanks here in these last stages. And they should be able to edge out Macau.
200 by Gekido, though.
A 200 from Gekido. Is it going to be enough? I don't think it is. I think the Americans have just barely done enough. And they have, look at the 3,200 points. So close.
2 B1 double S's.
Gekido actually found a 100. I didn't notice that.
Yeah, that's a 2 B1 double S's across the board. That's just
a
really impressive showing.
Yeah, Macau definitely playing big. Unfortunately, they can't get the point here. But 3,200, the difference between them.
But now it's United States to pick right now, as they're on potential match point right now. 3-0,
Yeah.
and it's their own pick.
Yeah, where will the U.S. go with this one? They have several options here. They do have deer, which
Oh, they're going for deer.
yeah.
Like
Oh,
Ace
really?
said.
Oh, wow. I was gonna say that's an pretty ACK heavy map right there. And you know, the U.S. they've had the better of Macau in terms of the accuracy department on almost basically throughout the entire match. That last round was really the only time where Macau kind of went neck and neck with the United States in ACK.
But I think this one is a little bit different in terms of accuracy approaches because it's a bit more techish. Also, it's definitely not too bad to hit in terms of like accuracy wise, but it's still pretty hard in itself.
Yeah, absolutely. And we see Stupid Man coming back in on this tech pick. And we'll see if
Also-
Macau can put one on the board here.
Also, interrupting for a quick update for another match that is ongoing right now, which is Canada versus Sweden. And Sweden takes their own pick on a Fremont pick, which is Berberg, by 118,000 points, and is now leading 1-0.
Yeah. So that match getting underway, but back here, Macau actually not doing too bad. Iquus has dropped back, but he's at 99.5. But look at Aya, 99.9 with Stupid Man as well. These guys are just absolutely killing it right now. Capshon playing pretty well too at a 99.6. Macau playing well, but these Americans just dominating right now.
Yeah, United States holding 99.9 is very solid overall, but Macau's sheer accuracy is just... It's still... I mean, it's not that bad, but it's still lacking in terms of difference in the United States here.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely impressive from Macau, given that this is a more technical map, and accuracy can be harder to maintain on maps like these, and here they are, both holding above 99.5s against the United States.
Probably one of the hardest section here, and it's not particularly intrusive. It's just a patterning wise, but still, no one's gonna drop here in either.
Yeah, we're gonna need to see a meltdown from the United States to give this point to Macau, even though Macau have played so well. And Macau's ACK coming up, they're both above 99.6.
But United States accuracy is still holding around 99.9 plus. It's
99.9s
really,
the entire way.
it's
And they'll
just
only
really
win
solid.
it by 15k.
Look at that, 5,000 points to the max, and
Look at
two
that.
V1 double S's, both players.
6 200s all on the Macau side. No 200s to be found for the United States. I was well played, but the U.S. is going to be taking the 4-0 win over Macau.
And yes, they're going to be seeing 4-0, a clean sweep against Macau. So congratulations for winning the first match for the group as well. And I think we're going to be switching for another match that is ongoing, which is Canada versus Sweden right now.
Yeah, but if you are Russia right now, you kind of have to be a little worried because Macau put up a very impressive showing against the USA.
Yeah.
Almost took a point and were right there with them the entire way. That is going to be a competitive match for the last spot out of the group, most likely.
Yes, it should be a dangerous position for probably Russia right now. I think we haven't seen any single information about Russia right now, but given that Macau is playing so well despite being low seed, which is absolutely insane at this caliber of difficulty.
I mean, the scoreboard does not really tell the story of that match. It was 4-0, but Macau were there almost every step of the way, stride for stride with the Americans. And you love to see low seeds show up big like that.
I mean, like every low seed team so far has been playing really, really well throughout the entire groups that we have on this tournament. Especially for Macau right here. I think this is probably like arguably the best low seed team so far.
Yeah, and then we also have the Netherlands who upset Taiwan earlier today. They will be going to the bracket stage. So low seeds definitely stepping up their game this year.
Indeed, and I think we still have like a decent amount for like a support for Macau actually right there in the Twitch chat, I believe. But nevertheless, that should be saving for another match against Russia. But for now, I think we should be getting to see Canada versus Sweden if no issues going to be happening.
A few client issues right now, but we're going to be taking you to that match, Canada versus Sweden. It's currently 1-0. Sweden has the advantage.
Also, they actually have a bit of a recap in terms of like ban situation here, and Canada was banning Summer Kagame, which is quite interesting to see, banning a long note map right out the gate, and then Sweden banning Scatterbrain, which is as per usual an SB map, which is probably the most hated ones in the tournament so far. And they already have been picked last rate in the Depths of the Ice, which is, I think that was like first pick of the entire tournament as well. So, which is gonna be interesting to see, because they already have like one point against Canada for Sweden.
Yeah, they're midway through round 2 right now as we speak, setting up the overlays and such. We'll take you to the match as soon as we can. But man, I am looking forward to Macau versus Russia.
I think it's definitely possible to see Macau advancing to the next round. If there's probably like a notable issue being like not a clean sweep, or probably like taking points back and forth. That's gonna be something.
And Canada actually will tie the match, and they will win it by 42k in round 2. 1-1 the current score. The second match of the group stage that's not a sweep.
Indeed, and actually, what's interesting is that the MVP right there is only about 895,000 points.
Yeah,
which is not that particularly high, but it's probably surprising given that all the players playing there is probably gonna have a little bit of struggle.
Yeah, the MVP being Lelpop from Canada with 895,000 points was the highest score in the lobby. So again, we're still just setting up some of the overlays and the stream stuff. But Canada on the board. I'm sure that's going to turn a lot of heads. Canada came, I believe, as one of the lowest ranked teams in the tournament. But taking a point from Sweden.
Yeah, what's interesting is that the last wave was picked by Canada, which is their own pick. But they're winning against Sweden, which is arguably Sweden has like the better SB capabilities, that is something to watch out for actually.
Yeah, and here we go. We're taking you to the match now. Oh, I love how the overlay colors work with both of these country flags.
Same here, actually. Although
it looks really nice.
Beautiful. Although we'll see. Gonna be seeing 1-1 right now, which is probably the round 3 is going underway, but I'm not too sure what they're picking.
Yeah, we're gonna be getting the updates. I think we just came in a little late to catch the start of round 3. But interesting stuff going on here. Here we go.
All right, yeah, here we go. We're having the round 3 of this match, which is Tenku, which is I'm not too sure about this pick actually. I think this was picked by Sweden because they
Yeah.
already picked last pick.
And Vortex
And-
putting in some work.
Yeah, they're holding 99 and 98s, although Canada's with 97s overall, which is a dominant performance by Sweden. They should be taking this one if no issues happening.
Yeah, and Sadcat actually, the highest score. And 99 act, the only one. Canada gapping, or being gapped by
Oh,
Sweden here.
Sad Cat
this is
missing
coming all
Vortex
around.
as well. Tagua also kind of combo break, but that's not going to be enough. Surely enough, 180,000 points of difference. And
Yeah,
Sweden takes
118.
their another own pick, which is 2-1 right now.
Yep, Sweden lead it by 1. Canada now with a chance to equalize. We'll see if they can do it again. Ooh, voice crack.
It's fine.
Oh, that hurt me. Ow. So, what's really left for Canada in this pool? What can Canada play here in this pool, Rem?
I mean, like, what's interesting is that they all picked the last rate, which is around 3 minutes long, and it's an SV rating chart, which I would assume that long note is their best bet right now, because Sweden's performance on like the last match on LNs wasn't all that great, but it's still showing that they're not slouch at all in LNs. But I'm not too sure about their capabilities on skill set. Yeah, or Tenba. Going for accuracy ones. Not sure if I like this pick by Canada.
Yeah. This is this tends to usually be an act battle.
And Vortex gonna be switching out. Seems by I think Craddy or probably Stug, if no issue. If they actually happen to be switching.
Excuse me. Yeah, we'll see who comes in. Vortex tagging out here. And it looks like it is going to be Stug from the lobby chat.
Yeah, Stug himself is also a really decent all-rounder player, which he's also capable of doing long notes and probably most of the maps in the pool, which is Rice. But I'm not too sure if he actually played SV, and they already lost the last raid on the last pick.
Yeah, we'll see. And Stug coming into the lobby now. Looks like these will be the 4.
Yes, this is gonna be like the 4th pick out of the possible 7, which is we're not done yet until we see probably a crucial break point for Sweden, or probably taking their own pick from Canada.
I think I've realized something. I think we've been mispronouncing Stug's name because he's Swedish, right?
Yeah.
It's probably Stug.
I think you might be right. Cause
We'll have to ask him. I think it's Stug.
all right,
Oh, well.
here we go. The 4th pick out of the possible 7. And it's going to be Otenba, another straight up accuracy picked by Canada.
Yep. And we'll see if Canada can back it up. Early drop there from Tagua and Sadcat. Stug as well. Low pop actually holding quite nicely.
Oh, Sadcat dropping another 200. This is 99.20 over there.
The early slow sections can really be absolutely devastating to these players. But Canada with the slight lead.
Oh,
They're gonna give it up
Tago finding a lot of 200s right there, and the league switching back to Sweden right now.
Yeah, low pop as well. They're both down to 99 twos. Low pop below 99 now. He's got to pull himself together, and he's still missing with these 200s. dropping them everywhere.
His hit concentration is so early right now, and he's probably gonna have to figure out if he actually hitting early and start to read composure right now.
Yeah, Lil Pop's got to calm down and pull himself back in it. But honestly, right now it's Sadcat and Stug just holding consistently here in the 99s, upper 99s. It's going to make it really hard for Canada.
Yeah, Sadcat is coming back with his accuracy right now, despite being having 200s on the intro.
Yeah, Sadcat doing some really nice work here. And he leads the lobby right now in accuracy.
Couple 200s by Stug, like you said, but Lil Pop also going to be dropping a little bit of accuracy. Same with Tagua.
Yeah, they're both barely above 99. Oh, a miss from Tagua!
Oh, another big accuracy drop too.
Yeah, that may pretty much put this one away. Sweden holding quite nicely here with the consistent axe.
Yeah, they stabilized their accuracy as much as it needs to be, and it's pretty much so stable that Canada might not have a chance on this one, despite having an accuracy recovery right there. It's having 99s, but Tagua is having a little bit of a tank in accuracy right now, 98.5.
Yeah, Tagua just struggling mightily here with that. And Sweden playing well, holding consistently. They'll be rewarded with the first break point of this match. And a chance for them to put this away.
Yeah, and that's also put in a really dangerous situation for Canada right now, as they lost their own pick.
Yeah,
and it's Sweden's pick right now.
Sweden have the pick at match point. A chance to end it right here.
Solid scores overall on Sweden's side. 6 200s total.
Yeah, Canada struggling. And Ouroboros is the pick from Sweden.
Oh, that's a bold move. This is probably gonna be like the one of the hardest picks, and Tenku is also one of the hardest ones, and they're picking all the hard stuff right at the gate.
Sweden are putting their foot down here. Firmly declaring the end of Canada here. Canada are going to have to play out of their minds on Ouroboros. This is a brutal map. Especially for the lower seeded teams.
Yeah, we already saw this on Macau versus United States before, and you already see how rude the ending was. And I would say this one is probably having the most issues. I would actually be concerned about Tagua and Lelfar right now, because he's hitting so early, but then if he's struggling so much on the ending and he's starting hitting really early, that's going to tank his accuracy a lot.
Yeah, that's not good news for Canada. But here we go with round number 5. It's only the second time this weekend we've played more than 4 maps in a match.
Tagua finding an early miss. That's not something that Canada needs now.
Yeah, they've got to go to work right away recovering that lost score, that lost act there.
Lelpop still dropping 98.4s right now.
Yeah, and Crady is actually in the 98s as well. It's only Stug who's really keeping Sweden afloat right now. This is actually, it's all in Stug's hands at the moment.
Oh, Lelpop is going to be dropping right there.
Sinking even further. Yeah, Stug has to hold for the Swedish team here to keep the Canadians out in front. And if he can hold for just a little while longer, he may be able to put this one out of reach.
Yeah, Tagua is finding another combo break. But
Stug playing well, holding the 99 ack. A That's honestly the man I'm keeping my eye. Oh no, he's dropped it!
Stoke has dropped another one, and there's still only one more full combos remaining on the board right now.
I mean, he should still be okay if he can recover that ACK. I mean, he's still got the ACK advantage here, as long as he can get that combo back up to 400. Pick up right where he left off. Sweden should still be fine.
Yeah, but the hard part is coming right now. Still finding another combo.
Oh, he's dropping again. Nobody else dropping. Oh, Tagwa does drop again as well. But Stu, the man who didn't need to drop.
Tagwa's finding a lot of struggle on these patterns too. It should be another drop.
Yeah, but Canada, they've fallen too far off into the 97s. Sweden are in the 98s. Canada have to try to get their numbers back up, and it's too late.
Craddy, despite having a full combo, he's dropping so much accuracy.
Yeah, drops coming in ever a low pop, dropping accuracy as well. But Stug held out long enough for Sweden to build up a big enough score lead.
Yeah,
and that is going to seal the deal.
The hard part is done. Around 56,000 points, a win for Sweden. That's a 4-1 victory over Sweden. And over Canada, and they took first win over Canada. So congratulations for that.
Yep, and Sweden through to the round of 16. Well done for
insane
them.
Match.
Canada getting a point on the board at least, though. Fought valiantly, but unfortunately not able to really contest it. Sweden will move on.
Yes, indeed. And Sweden will have to fight extra hard for the oncoming next round, as they won't have another shot on getting far in the tournament.
Yeah. And that is their second match played, and they stand at 1-1. So looks like they're set to advance. The only thing that could really change things is if Canada is able to defeat Thailand, then things will get interesting there, but have to wait and see. But so yeah, we saw some pretty interesting matches there. Macau really putting up a great fight. Canada getting on the board. Some decent competition here early on in the group stage.
Yes, this particular matches on this block would have been absolutely insane overall. We already saw this match, Canada versus Sweden, and then Macau versus United States, and then Israel versus Poland, which is happening an hour before that. Which is absolutely insane, given that their performances overall are just pretty insane overall, despite being low seeds.
Yeah, these low seeds have been performing quite well.
Yeah, Macau, Israel, and Canada putting out their fights all around there, which is very solid. And now we have already have a matchup review right here. We have Argentina versus France, and also Germany versus Brazil, which is coming for about 14 minutes from now, which is probably short soon after.
Yeah, and then also on the low-seed teams, you have one low-seeded team that actually won, the Netherlands, defeating Taiwan in tiebreak. So it's the year of the low seeds, guys. But anyway, I think we're going to step aside, take a quick break, come back in 13 minutes, and bring you some more awesome action from the Mania 7 Key World Cup.
Yes, indeed. So we're going to have a bit of a break for around 13 minutes. Go grab another water, grab another Mania World Cup food or some sort, or have a toilet break. Just wait for another excitement for another upcoming matches.
Yeah, we'll see you then.
Yeah, we'll see you there, guys.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Mania 7Q World Cup 2019. I'm Stupid Man, and I am joined by Toph Daddy now, which I guess I have to say, or I'm obliged to say because that's what you changed your name to.
Obliged, sure. You don't have to if you don't want to. But yeah, it's me. I'll take the consequences of changing my name to this. I have
no idea what was going through your head when you did.
I told people I wouldn't apologize for it, so I won't, and I'll just live with it. You know.
Well, that's definitely more than fair. But besides that, we've got Argentina and France coming up. I don't exactly remember what group this is in, but I definitely know this is a low seed versus a mid seed match. So this is likely going to decide who actually makes out a group stage for this group.
Yeah, let me actually check, see if I can find who the third player. Do you know what the third country in their group is? It's
Indonesia. Yeah.
Oh, Indo. Okay.
I think they already played, right?
I am not actually sure.
Against Argentina. Yeah, they played against Argentina. That was 4-0. So Argentina is already down 0-1 in their group. So this basically actually is going to decide it right here for Argentina.
Yeah, notably, if Argentina does manage to beat France, and I'm not sure if... would you say that France has a chance against, say, like, Indonesia in this group stage match? Because I
have no idea.
Like, I mean, there's always that opportunity for, 1-1s all around, and then it comes down to, like, how the win-loss ratio of the maps themselves.
Sorry, I'm just listening to this warm-up right now. Is this Final Fantasy? Oh no, it's not. The background looked familiar.
This is the French warm-up because or at least I'm guessing, just based on the fact that Kunu made this. But
yeah, it's
Elementaires Kunu exit faker pulit patu bidilglingo 4. I have no idea what that's supposed to say other than the whole Elementaires Kunu part.
This is I think these are all different. Do they all sing along to this? Yeah.
I think it is. Yeah. That's
yeah.
what I imagine.
Oh no. This is actually a fairly dense chart. Oh no.
The classic France warm-up, I guess. I don't know.
I suppose. I mean, they've done this before.
Yeah, they've done stuff like this. They are especially consistent with making team trailers.
The sing-alongs and all that.
They make sing-alongs, but then they also make trailers whenever they have MWC teams. I've noticed.
Oh, do you remember the?
I remember
you saw the Thailand Porky one.
Yes, I saw that one. It's so good.
There's always one of those videos every once in a while.
It's got the blessed, lost cool.
Oh, the guitar
hero.
Oh, that one is so good. This singing is
hell yeah, dude.
Definitely something else.
The modern singing master. I don't know what I'd call that. American Idol winner or France Idol winner. I don't know if they have anything like that, but...
And this is it, man. If they don't have one, this is definitely it. But anyways, back to just talking about their group for a second, because I think you mentioned if France versus Indonesia could be close. I'm not really 100% sure, because I know France has a history of not performing that well in group stage. Like, I think last year, against Macau actually took them the tiebreaker, and that was pretty... Unfortunately, I think Macau ended up losing that just barely, so that was definitely a really, really... And honestly, I don't think that should have happened based on the skill of the players on each team, but regardless, it did happen. And actually, just in regards to Macau for a second, I mean, they just played against us, I think, like, literally last game, and... I guess the game before, really, but that was definitely like something else. I was not expecting some of the players from Macau to actually perform as well as they did.
Yeah, I mean, I watched that. They were playing more like a mid seed than a low seed, at least on the maps in group stage. I'm not sure how they'd end up performing on, say, like round of 16 or quarterfinals level charts, but they were certainly showing that they're capable of handling this stuff.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think they're the best low seed in the tournament, so that's definitely something to look out for when they play against Russia tomorrow.
Yeah, that Russia-Macau match is going to be really interesting to see. definitely another contender, I think, for either tiebreaker or just straight up upset.
And as for our next warm-up here, we've got Shonen Wasura, I cannot, but it's the ranked Jakats chart. I'm pretty sure this one's definitely coming from Argentina, so...
Yeah, it's the second highest difficulty.
Probably. It's not
it's the one by Fresh Chicken.
Yeah, who normally does not map 7 key whatsoever, so... I've actually never played this chart, so we'll see how...
I enjoy one part of the song, so I downloaded the map, and I wasn't good enough to play the top difficulty, so I think I have played this difficulty.
I'm actually interested to see how Alu actually plays on this, because this is just a little bit higher than what Group Stage has to offer in terms of density, but this isn't too far off of it, so if Alu actually does okay here, we could, or actually if this match ends up being close, at least this song, this could be definitely...
He's already suffering a bit of accuracy loss in comparison to the other players, though, so... I mean... Seems to be doing pretty alright, but like I said, below 98, where there's the other 3 players all above 99 this far in. A bit of a wall to climb, I guess, on Alu's side. Needs to bring that accuracy up if they're going to want to take points off of France.
Yeah, I think at this point, almost halfway into the chart, that's definitely a gap that's going to be extremely hard to close, and even with that miss as well, is going to make that, like, at this point, France has to just miss or something.
Yeah, notably, we haven't really gotten the chance to see what these teams are capable of on SVs. I believe both of the SV charts were banned in the Argentina-Indo match, as they have been in pretty much every match so far. I think Last Rave was kept open in the Canada Sweden match, and then every other match almost had just the same 2 maps banned, Scatterbrain and Last Rave. So
yeah, the only maps that haven't been banned, or at least like have been banned like once and are just kind of one-off things, are like probably, let's see, I think
Summer and Kagame was banned.
Yeah. Summer Kagame was banned once. I think Deer was banned once, and Ouroboros was banned once, and Spike was actually banned once, but that was about it. They only get banned once.
Yeah, I think these are pretty understandable bans in general from the teams. Like Spika being pretty long, just I guess boring to a certain extent, and somewhat tricky.
Yeah, I mean it's fairly dense, so it's definitely something that might throw people off.
Deer is like kind of it's something that you won't fare well on if you're not capable of handling technical skills at that level. Even I have particular troubles with it in comparison to most of the other charts. I'm curious if anyone has I doubt it, but has anyone banned the Tenku no Shiro? I feel like that's a
actually candidate. Poland banned, which is actually pretty interesting because it sounds like something they do completely fine on, but it could also just be the oversight that it's supposed to be one of the hardest things to time in the but it's strictly just density, so
it's something that people who can near double as something like Hotenba might just drop 20 or 25 200s on.
Yeah, it's definitely out there in terms of like relative difficulty in the map. It's definitely a lot higher than the rest. Actually, I will say the same about Scatterbrain, which has definitely been banned in almost every single match so far.
I don't know if we've even seen it played a single time.
I think Scatterbrain was played once, and Sweden picked against Thailand and got absolutely bodied. Like, Thailand's scores on Scatterbrain are actually like unreal. Like, they're incredibly good. I think they both got 4 200s, Boss Mad Wolf and Law School, so that...
Yeah, Boss Mad Wolf, not surprising at all.
Yeah.
I mean, from his scores on other SV charts and, say, 4-key. But yeah, Boss Mad Wolf and Law School demolished the chart.
Yeah, easily. And, but I mean, yeah, besides that, that was literally just like the only time we ever saw Scatterbrain so far.
Yeah. What's funny is that they actually chose Last Rave directly after they played Scatterbrain there.
So it looks like Argentina will be banning first. I'm gonna go with Scatterbrain for ban. That would not be surprising whatsoever.
Yeah, no.
Honestly, like, is the most expected. So we'll see what happens here. Yep, they banned Scatterbrain. Definitely understandable. Not too surprising. And as for France, they'll probably just go with Last Rave. I mean, they're not too good with SVs, I know that much. Maybe LNs, they could go with Summer Kagame, but besides that, I don't really think there's good.
And just as interesting from another match going on, Germany and Brazil has just finished their bans as well. Germany banned Last Rave, and Brazil banned Spike. I don't know how to
Spica, yeah.
Spica, we'll go with that, which is actually pretty interesting. Did they ban Last Rave in their last match, or did they ban Scatterbrain?
I'm not sure, but France just banned Deer. That's
Alright, well,
actually
that's 2 matches. No, that's 1 match with Scatterbrain open right now, and 1 match with Last Rave open.
Last Rave. Yeah, this is actually pretty interesting. So we have potential for 2 SV picks going on here. I think it's going to come up in the Brazil-Germany match. I would not be surprised with that. But as far as Argentina and France, I think Last Rave is probably going to be ignored. But it looks like our first pick here is going to be Summer of Kagame coming from France? I need to double check. I don't remember how picks in the bands work. I think it's France, yeah. Anyways, I'm just still surprised that France banned Deer, because that's mostly accuracy based, and I know Elementaires and Anto are both fairly decent with Rice. Maybe not the accuracy side so much, which is why they banned it, but Argentina, I know they have Lucas, who's really, really good with accuracy, but their second player probably not too good. So that, I think, could have been a point for France, really. So maybe there's probably some issue with the Flams and Deer that might throw some of their players off. But other than that, kind of an interesting ban. I feel like since they're leaving Last Rave open, if Argentina actually does take advantage of that, France could easily be out of a point there. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, there's also this thing where I've always seen Argentina personally, at least I saw in 4Key that it particularly, like, Alou was really good at long notes, which is interesting that France just completely ignored them in the bans. Though I don't know how well those long note skills are going to translate to 7.
Yeah, we'll see though. I mean, with 7Key in particular, LNs do require much more finger. And especially with Summer and Kagame, that's easily something that kind of takes that finger independence and really tests you on that. And if you're not familiar with 7Key and you're just kind of transferring from something like 4Key and you're just okay at LNs at 4Key, this is going to be completely different. So
yeah,
we'll definitely see what happens.
I went through that while I was transitioning.
Yeah, definitely a lot of people have. But so far, it's looking like actually fairly close here. Alou already with an early miss. So like I said, that finger dependence definitely coming into... This is not just your average LN chart that you might see in like 4Key or something, because this takes a lot more focus and a lot more understanding of 7Key to really get down well.
Yeah, it looks really simple when you're just watching it, but playing and watching are completely different, especially when it comes to 7Key long notes.
Yeah, but actually Anto missing there, which is kind of surprising, and Elementaire is not with the best accuracy, so it's really just coming down to Alou here with their fairly low accuracy, but if they can just keep focused, and I guess, like, at this point, they have to absolutely not miss anything, and I don't know if that's exactly going to happen, but we'll see. Anto's definitely climbing back up, though. Elementaire is actually with the lower accuracy, but higher combo, and, I mean, with that alone, they're easily with the advantage here. And I actually am kind of surprised that Anto is playing, because I was only really familiar with him for his Rice ability or regular note, not exactly LN. So this is a fairly interesting choice for him to stay in, but it's definitely paying off.
Yeah, coming up to the end of the chart, and there's 50,000 points of lead on the side of France.
I think at this point, Argentina just has to hope that the people on France forget about the endings.
Oh,
so
the
right
sweep.
here,
I've done that too many times.
And this part's really easy
actually
to
does. Yeah, it has a lot of like strange releases, but there it is.
Yeah, it's
60,000
easily the hardest part of the chart.
I found myself like looking at there were the right hand patterns, like the right hand releases. I would miss one of them consistently every time I played it, even though I could full combo the rest of the chart. So
yeah, it's definitely something to note here, especially with like Alu's performance. You can kind of see that sort of translate, I guess, with the 4 key to 7 key transition there.
Well, also Germany and Brazil's first pick went off. As we said, Scatterbrain would definitely come out.
Yep.
There was only a difference of 6,000 points.
That's actually insane. Wait, hold on. I gotta see that. I need to see that. Like,
Yeah,
that's unreal.
Brazil did win that by 6,000 points, having a better average score in general, while DualShock beating both of the Brazilian players.
Yeah, DualShock actually did surprisingly well there. And Play in 14 is actually higher than Lazarento on the accuracy, but just a little bit lower on the score there. I think a difference of about 10,000, 12,000, I want to say. But really, it's just, that is insanely close.
Yeah. What's actually really interesting about that pick, too, is that was Brazil's pick, and they only won by 6,000 points, which means they were either really confident that they would be able to beat Germany significantly, or they just completely didn't know that Germany was any good at SVs. If they could have lost that just as easily and had been down a break point.
Yeah, I definitely do want to say that I feel like Germany was underestimated there, because they definitely have the ability to perform in tournament settings, and I think fielding Lazarento instead of maybe someone like Lothus, who could also actually practice Scatterbrain, is kind of, I guess, I don't know if that's the best decision, or actually definitely not the worst decision, but it's definitely something that's, I feel like it does take Germany the wrong way, or at least it's kind of a bad read on Brazil's part. But despite that, they do come out on top of their first pick. I think with that, they should probably win the rest of that match, because they're definitely outperforming Germany in pretty much every other chart. But besides that, back to Argentina and France, we've got River coming up here from Argentina. This is actually another accuracy-based pick, so if Alu does a little bit better here, which could be expected, I think maybe Argentina can take this one. And if that does happen, I think there's enough sort of accuracy fodder in the pool to actually get Argentina and France a tiebreak, and that would definitely be interesting to watch.
Ooh, but an early drop right there from Alu. Not going to be good for their case, but I think there are a few places in this chart that have notable choke points, I guess, at least in comparison to the rest of the patterns. A couple of odd long notes that could lead to breaks, though I would expect a lot of this chart just to come down to the accuracy, which both Antoa and Elementaire are staying above nearly 99.9. Elementaire does drop a little bit of accuracy there, but either way, they're going to bolster that lead that they already have. Alu just now about to get to that 400 combo cap.
Yeah, especially on a chart like this, where reaching 400 combo does take much longer than maybe something in round of 16 or something in quarterfinals even. That just missing once is going to do so much to your score. So it's definitely something to look out for here, and I think that's exactly what happened when Alu missed earlier on. And even despite that, France still has two very, very solid scores, both above 99. My guess is either Elementaire's dropped maybe a 200, or he maybe just has a lot of regular 300s. And it definitely is worth noting that this is OD9, so the moment you start maybe rushing and getting a bunch of regular 300s, you'll just drop a 200 out of nowhere, and it's much easier to do that. I think that just happened with Elementaires at the very end as well.
Yeah, and now just this ending break section. Not much that can go wrong here. Not enough time for any accuracy changes to change this lead, and that's going to be a break point for
Anto actually with 90 regular 300s and otherwise a V1 double S. 985k on this is actually very, very... And I honestly do want to check Indonesia's scores real quick, because I'm guessing they played this. It's possible that France could definitely take a couple points off of Indonesia then if their accuracy is like this. Really something to look out for here.
another really close match on the side of Brazil versus Germany. 10,000 points of difference on Tenku no Shiro, the speed map by Blanco. Brazil does take that one as well, though, bringing them 2-0. And yet, Indonesia and Argentina did play for Verg.
Lucas actually got 95 there.
Yeah, 2 992s on the side of Indo.
Actually, yeah, I think
France could
France
definitely combat, I suppose.
Yeah, it just seems like the ratio is kind of lacking on Indonesia's side, but it would be definitely very, very close there. But I think if France had that performance against Indonesia, they would definitely take. Oh, and actually, last Rave in the universe, or
last star in the universe.
Last star in the universe. Last Rave. Oh my god. Yeah, the Ghost of 313. You know, definitely made this up.
This is the Shoegazer map that was used in 2016. It's a 4-key map. We just
It's just completely converted to 7-key now.
One of those classic 4-key to 7-key conversions.
Okay, so is this the first time it's been?
No, it's not. It was played in a couple of matches. Canada chose it against Sweden.
God.
And I believe
it was Thailand, yeah.
Chosen by Thailand.
Yeah, they definitely would have chosen it. But this, I'm surprised France actually picked this. They actually did leave an SV map out in the open for them, and they did practice it. So this is definitely going to be, like, I don't think Argentina might be prepared for this. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I am kind of interested to see how this goes. If Argentina put enough time into making sure they have the rhythms down in this, they might be able to be comparable to France here. Though, same can be said for France. If they practice this and can hold up their accuracy, they might just run away with it. Alou already having some minor issues with this massive slowdown at the beginning.
Yeah, the thing is the gimmick with this chart is that it's essentially the exact same pattern that repeats. So if they're already having this early into the chart, I think it's already called right here.
Yeah, Lucas and Alou both missing at this beginning session, and Antua and Elementer is clearly knowing the SVs. This might just be the entire show for this chart.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, this lead is already huge. Elementar's missing, I think, how many misses was that? His accuracy must have dropped by... Yeah, I think we'll see the score slowly start to tip over to the Argentinian side. Given the accuracy troubles they've had in the beginning, I don't think there's much to actually give them the lead yet, but if there's another miss like that comes up, we could see Argentina slowly taking back the lead here. Anto missing now.
Yeah,
that's no FCs anymore.
Slight shrinking of that lead, but that tricky pattern catching Alou off guard and Antoine again, so just a trade-off there. Lucas taking advantage of that combo break for the Argentinian side, but still pretty massive lead on the side of France.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the accuracy differences, I think both the French players actually have the exact same accuracy. Like, they're climbing up the exact... Like, wait... Okay, that's actually crazy. No, they literally have the exact same accuracy. And if you look over at Argentina, they've got 98.25, which somewhat competes with the French players, but if Aluki's missing like that, if you look at their accuracy, it's 95.5, so it's just... There's almost nothing really that can save Argentina at this point. We're about 2/3 into the chart. Even then, like, we need something major to happen from the French.
Alou not liking these patterns either. Just trying to hold above that 95% is, yeah, like you said, it's going to take a lot to bring this back for Argentina. But especially given that we're coming up to the last quarter of the map, there's not a whole lot of time for any changes to happen. And Antoine does break, but that's just going to end up trading with Alou right there. Oh, Elementaires with his second break of the match, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I think I'm noticing a pattern with the misses. It's just more so whenever there's like maybe a slight teleport, maybe that's not really projected and you just kind of have to know. Or some of these really, really intense slowdowns where honestly, it just looks, you have to kind of squint at the bottom of your screen to really get the timing right on those, and it's definitely easy to combo break there.
Yeah, not to mention that there are long notes sprayed within those really, really slow sections, which means that you have to discern between the regular notes and the long notes, because if you just let go, you're going to get a combo break.
And that's going to be a pretty decisive win for 3-0 now. And I think this is back in Argentina's field. See what pick they make, but honestly, I don't think there's much that can happen here.
Otenba might be a good way to at least see where their accuracy fares, given that I think they would have at least a chance to match France, though I don't know if their accuracy would be nearly enough to overcome it.
Yeah, I would say Otenba is definitely Argentina's best bet right now, just because it's not too dense, and the accuracy is definitely going to play into Lucas's skill set. I'm not 100% sure if Alou can keep up with that, and they've got competition as well, at least the Argentinians do, because France definitely has fairly good accuracy, especially with Anto's score on Deer, Verberg. That was actually very... I didn't expect that at all, so that's like easily something that France could take, but like I said, like it's just Argentina's best bet at this point. I don't think much, because Spica, especially Firma Castlevelier or Ouroboros, like all three of those easily play into France. And Argentina actually picked Spica, so I think at this point they just have to hope that maybe Elementaires misses on an LN or something, but that's the most I can think.
Yeah, they'd likely end up requiring multiple breaks if Alou's accuracy isn't able to hold up like it hasn't been for most of these maps. But I guess they're trying to take advantage of just how long this chart is. There's plenty of opportunity to break everywhere here, even if the patterns aren't too hard. But it's likely the best bet if you're going for breaks on the other side.
Yeah, I suppose. There's actually a couple of bursts in here that are fairly tricky. I know there's one, I think it's almost like mini inverse really, where it's like, it's just on keys 1, 3, 5, and that's, I'd argue it's fairly easy to mind block. So maybe that's going to happen with France. Maybe that's going to happen with Argentina. I don't know. That could decide the whole map. There's a bit of uncertainty.
Yeah, not to mention that those inverse section things, the releases on each of the notes is like a little bit earlier than you would have expected. Like it's a full beat before you actually have to hit the next note. Whereas if someone's generally comfortable with inverse, it'll be really close, which is definitely a place that accuracy can choke in particular. But I guess breaks are really what the teams are looking for in those sections.
Also, I think Loth has just gone insane scoring. Hold on.
Almost 999 on
28.
What? Gotta calm down.
I got like 60 some in my match and I felt good about it. So, 28. Okay. Anyway.
Notably, Alou's accuracy is actually holding up in comparison to the other three players.
Yeah. Okay. I want to see.
Interesting.
Yeah, I want to actually see the burst here, because honestly, I completely missed it, but honestly, this is close enough. Like, Argentina can easily take this, and that'd be really exciting. I definitely want to see him at least take like 1 point in the group stage. And okay, the score's flickering now. We could actually see a comeback here from Argentina. This could, maybe be a reverse sweep, because this is definitely something I didn't think Argentina was going to win on.
Yeah, actually, Alou is beating Elementaires, and Antoine is just barely ahead of Lucas, so this is pretty much an even game right now.
Yeah, Alou, I think, toggled or something, because this is unreal. If you're doing just under Elementaires here, they're actually about at the same score. I think even Alou might be...
Alou's only good at accuracy in this chart in the pool for some reason. But I'd imagine they'd be pretty good with Otenba if they're able to handle this well, too.
Yeah, the question is France going to pick into Otenba? Because after this, if Argentina does win, it is France's pick.
Yeah, I would imagine they would want to go with something like Ouroboros just to take advantage of the weakness and long notes that Alou showed from Summer and Kagame.
Yeah, or even Tenki no Shiraveru or Firma Castlevelier. It's much easier to say. That's definitely something that... Or yeah, no, actually, you were just right about noticing that because the Lu did tank accuracy there a little bit with a couple two. But yeah, no, I mean the density in Firmament Castle Belly or Ouroboros is enough to easily make Argentina lose a point. We were really hoping for a lot here, but this gap isn't far enough. Argentina's at a guaranteed loss or anything, so we still have a lot to look out for. If there's any combo break from the French side, this is easily going to Argentina for sure.
It's just that Argentina has to follow that up by not breaking themselves.
Coming up on the end of the chart here. I believe this is a bit of a rice-oriented section, so this might actually play into France. Maybe I'm thinking of a different chart. Maybe. Pretty sure it's this. Yeah, right here.
Yeah. Coming up to the very end of this course, it looks like France is holding on so far. Just this last little section to go.
Oh, and a Lu with the miss. That's gonna be it, unfortunately. There's no coming back from that. That is so unfortunate. Right at the very end, too. Only about a 10,000 point difference, I want to say.
Yes, about 10,000.
Yeah, that's still insanely close. And I mean, look at Lucas's 4,200s compared to the 8 and 11 from France.
Angelo immediately leaving.
Yeah.
Can't see his scores.
But either way, that's going to be it for Argentina, losing to both Indonesia and France. That is knocking them out of the tournament. So France now guaranteed leaving the group stage to round of 16. Same with Indonesia. Question is, who's going to be topping their group?
And
Not
honestly,
100%
in this
sure on
group, it could be either one of them. France was showing off some really insane scores and definitely comparable to Indonesia's scores from the Argentina match. So,
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think
I could see it going either way.
yeah, maybe on Deer, maybe on Spica, and I think Verberg, if they're really feeling confident on that, they can definitely do some damage to Indonesia. So, and actually, if that goes to tiebreaker, I don't even know who would win that because there's two really good players on both teams. So that's easily a match that's going to be hyped. So I believe that is, not mistaken. Let me double check the schedule real quick. Actually, speaking of the schedule, that is on the wiki page, which you definitely should check out if you've missed any matches so far. I believe our stats page is also going to be linked in chat. Let me see if I can pull that. Didn't work. Well, good try. Anyways, we should definitely have a stats page going fairly soon, and never mind. Nightbot is very slow. So yeah, no, the stats page will have all the information if you miss any match. Same with the wiki page, and that'll definitely be updated. And I think within 2 weeks here we'll have banners up for people to purchase as well.
Yeah, I think the banners come up round of 16. The day that round of 16 starts. So it should be next weekend that banners are up.
Got it.
But I can't be too certain.
Yeah, so it looks like we do have one more match in 30 minutes here. Denmark versus Chile. That is a low seed versus mid seed match. I believe who else is in that group though? I think China, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, China. It is China. So that's actually going to be something to look out for. I'm pretty sure Chile should have no problem taking that because I'd argue Chile is right now like absolutely the best mid seed in the tournament, similar to how Macau's the best low seed. So maybe Denmark could get a point or two, but just personally speaking, I don't think they'll actually be able to take the win here. But if they do, that would be by far a huge upset. And that's coming up in 30 minutes. I think we might take a little break here from that. Not sure. Yeah, all right.
I think 30 minutes is a bit long to have us stay and keep talking. So I believe we'll be taking a 30-minute break until that Denmark and Chile match starts. That should be what we go with. So hopefully you guys stick around for the next 30 minutes. We'll keep the stream up just so that you can remember to stay here. But remember to come back in 30 minutes for Chile versus Denmark, and we will be back with you. See you guys then.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 2019 Osmania 7-Key World Cup. Dolan here, joined by the one and only
Don't do it.
Toph Daddy.
All right, you did it. Okay. Like I said with Stupid Man, I guess I gotta live with this now.
Yeah, you do.
The curse. Well, it'll be going through the entirety of World Cup. I planned on making this name change just for Soft 3 or Soft 4 because I wanted to, and then Soft 4 got delayed, and now I don't know if it'll be done before the 6 months is over. But we will see, I guess.
Yup, but anyway, we've got another match for you guys. Denmark versus Chile. I believe this is Group G. But
yes, this is going to be the low seed versus the mid seed. Chile being one of the best mid seeds, arguably the best mid seed in the tournament, was beaten out for top seed barely by, I believe it was Poland who knocked them out of there. So this is definitely looking to be a very favorable match for them, assuming that Denmark they are able to just outclass Denmark in that respect.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you know, for these two teams, this will most likely be the match that determines their stay in the World Cup. Their other opponent in the group is China. So that's a very tough opponent. So for these two teams, this is kind of a must-win.
Yeah, it is. Neither of the teams have faced China in this group stage yet, but I'd imagine that China will not be a pushover in any capacity when they get to that match. But here's the first warm-up.
Oh, we have some good memes from the Catch World Cup about this one.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
I've played the ranked map set for Catch of this song. It's really hard, at least, well, kind of.
Yeah.
I just remember it was used in group stage of CWC.
Well, in CWC, yeah, this was the map that Germany and Sweden, they tied 4 times in a row on.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
It was.
And then it was matched by like a 1 slider end, or not.
Yeah, it was like 1 droplet.
Yeah, and that was it. But
good stuff.
Too easy for group stage.
Good song though, it's a banger, man.
I've heard it enough. It's been used in Mania World Cup. It's been used in CWC. I'm sure it's been used in other tournaments. Just a little bit much for me.
Well, how about Optane here, going with that flashlight?
Yeah. A lot of 7-key players or more 7-key players use flashlight than at least you would see in 4-key. It's not too uncommon around the Mania part. There's a lot of times with hidden mods, like the hidden mod or like flashlight mods, they'll block off different parts of the screen so you can make sure that you're focusing on just that one little sliver of notes that you can see, which can really help a lot of people focus. And in flashlight's case, it might be a better option than something like hidden, because in hidden, the amount of space that's covered by the mod is increased the longer you hold combo, up to a certain, I think 400 or 500 is the cap, that it'll be pretty much covering most of the screen.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But if you combo break, it resets down to being like halfway down the screen, and that is really hard to adjust to.
Oh yeah, visually that's gonna be crazy.
So most people, when they use visual mods, they'll go with flashlight. And I believe that was Chile's warm-up, given what we have as our next map.
Yep.
Warm-ups. This is a chart, XStat, second warm-up, a map by Joel, who you might notice is playing in this match.
Really?
Look at that. Look at him in the top left corner.
Oh,
right
wow.
There. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, interestingly enough, this map was used in the 7-Key World Cup 2 years ago. So, it was used in the quarterfinal stage. It's a pretty neat chart. Got pretty control and jack base, but if you can play this kind of stuff, it's really an accuracy.
Even more of an act battle than Mania already is.
I mean, Mania is an act battle until like quarters or semis. Then it gets to be pretty tough. But even then, when it comes to 7 key, a lot of times the accuracy isn't an extreme part of it. Obviously, we've seen a lot of matches here in group stage that AC has been the most important determiner of who wins each of these matches, but it's been a little bit less obvious than whether they're able to hold up their AC.
Oh yeah, we've seen just straight up misses come into play too in the group stage so far.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure that's going to be a trend that holds true as we go further down this tournament with how hard I imagine these pools are going to get if you've seen any of the past pools. And like, as you can see, this is already pretty difficult for what we have in group stage so far. And like, this was used in the second round two years ago. So you can probably imagine how fast the difficulty is going to start increasing for this tournament.
Yeah, because the group stage, the main theme across most group stages for the World Cups is consistency. You know, you want to test the teams that have the best consistency.
I mean, not only that, but you have to make sure that the players who specialize in stuff like speed and long notes and stuff have some capability of of giving up their skill and making sure that, you know, they have some amount of representation. But it's really, when it comes to the difficult stuff, you don't see like the stuff that they would really shine on until later on.
Right, you just see like slightly technical maps.
Yeah, the earlier rounds tend to like get you more in the make sure that these players are consistent and make sure that these players have enough accuracy to hold their own against the teams that are going to put time into it. Once you get past round of 16 and get to like quarterfinals and semifinals, then you start getting to who is the fastest, who can hold their own on this really dense pattern, who can control themselves the most on these long notes and SVs, you know, that kind of thing. So I imagine that there's a lot that goes on with teams just trying to get through the group stage so that they can really not worry about holding their consistency as much as they need to in group stage.
Yeah, especially for these lower seeded teams, because, you know, this could be it for them. So they kind of have to step up and go big or go home, essentially.
For sure. Group stage is one of those points. You don't make it past group stage, you don't get another chance.
Oh, yeah. And for these two teams especially,
there's only 24 teams in group stage, so you lose one match, all of a sudden you only have one more match to prove yourself. If you lose that next one, you're out.
Yeah, exactly. And given that the third country in this group is China, for these two countries, this is very well the elimination match. It may as well be.
Yeah.
So this is a very important match.
China being, they've had an interesting trend with their placements recently. So 2016,
they've gone down one each, haven't they?
Yeah, they went first place in 2016. 2017, they got second place, and in 2018, last year, they got third place. So
they're gonna get fourth. We already know.
Yeah, their placement's already been determined.
Easy.
But yeah, they're definitely a huge opponent, especially while they're not super AC focused, they're still going to be ridiculously hard for these teams to beat.
And it's going to be
the rolls come out.
Denmark.
Joel is 38. Scotland rolls a 10 though.
Ouch.
Yeah, Joel and Denmark are going to win that roll. Chile's going to take that first ban. Denmark's going to get second ban, first pick.
Yeah, that's really good for Denmark. They really needed that to start things off on the right foot. And again, when you win the roll and you pick first, if you're able to take 1 point, you are guaranteed a third pick in these matches. Yeah. So it's really
that kind of advantage is actually really big, especially if you like lose a break point but manage to get the other 3. You're still in a position where you choose the next map, so you have all of the power to really push that match forward.
Oh yeah.
Chile bans out the last rave in the depths of your eyes. I was going to say that as the higher seed, it would make sense for them to go with something that is...
And Scatterbrain also getting the boot.
Yeah. Something that is more SV... I would expect an SV ban out of them just because they've shown themselves in the past, at least with their teammates, to be physically stronger than a team like Denmark. So getting rid of anything that might throw in a bit of uncertainty to that is a good thing. But both SV picks... banned out.
I think we're probably going to see some stuff like Otenba coming out from Denmark. potentially.
Yeah, Denmark's
Or
going
a
to definitely want to go with some of the easier stuff, or possibly get
Or Summer.
into
Oh, there, yeah, Summer.
long notes. I was going to say they might want to focus on something that they're stronger at or have strengths in. Chile being really good all around, as I said, but they do seem to have at least a somewhat notable weakness in long notes. And I don't know about the Denmark players, but they might want to take advantage of both that or possibly their own capabilities when it comes to long notes.
Oh,
I guess we'll have to see that once the actual chart starts.
Yeah, but it's absolutely vital for the lower seeds to get that early point. Like we saw Canada get an early point against Sweden. Really kind of gave them some momentum. Unfortunately, they weren't able to build off of it.
Yeah. I think the big thing with that match against Canada is that they managed to throw in a little bit of uncertainty, even though Sweden was notably a bit stronger than them physically. That SV pick threw in that uncertainty that I was talking about and allowed Canada to really put in some practice and get that point, which is why I expected Chile to ban one of the SV maps out. A little bit interesting to me that that Denmark decided to ban out the other SV pick, because I feel like that would have been a good opportunity for them to also take another point. But either way,
yeah,
Summer and Kagame is the first pick with both of those SV maps banned out. Once we get back, at least.
Yep, Denmark on the pick. And a very crucial match for these two teams. The loser is more than likely going to be eliminated from the World Cup.
Unless they unless they put some work into China.
Yeah.
That would be really interesting to see, but it's just so hard to imagine that.
What?
I don't think Moscow is the right chart.
Yeah,
there we
it's
go.
like
Summer and Kagame.
What?
Dude, Moscow. We're in Russia now.
Yep, so it looks like it's going to be Joel and Optane for Denmark and Skalim and Matthias for Chile.
Yeah, Skalim, one of the best 7-key players in general. He's extremely strong. Definitely, I believe, the best player in Chile in the European 7-key tournament. The singles one that happened recently, I think he got 3rd. So, no slouch.
Yeah, Skalim definitely has experience, and we see Optane going for Flashlight.
As expected, given that's what he played in the warm-ups.
Yeah, Flashlight player. Still very impressive.
Yeah, Flashlight's insane. It's the first time I saw someone play Flashlight, I did not know what to think. First time I tried to play Flashlight, everything went downhill.
Yeah, we see Joel struggling here right off the bat.
Yeah, just a little bit in the accuracy department.
But Matthias? Yeah, Matthias, is that how you say it?
I don't know. I'm guessing at this point. I'm reminded of the first name Matthias, so I just went with it.
Yeah, it's one of those two. But he finds an early miss, and that's going to allow Denmark to kind of keep Chile in check here, despite their lower accuracies for the time being, until he's able to get up to 400.
Yeah, at this point, it's really about whether or not Chile is going to make more breaks than that.
Ooh, Joel, though.
Joel breaking right there.
Yeah, that's big. And with these accuracies from Denmark, it doesn't look too good for them, honestly, because Matthias still with the 99.1. Chile in the 99s, Denmark in the 98s.
Ooh, and Joel finding yet another combo break. Both of the Chilean players as well holding above 99%, whereas Joel and Optane are around 98.5. That accuracy is certainly not helping them bring this point home for them.
Yeah, and neither of these misses. Matthias will find another break, but not going to be enough.
Chile's going to take that first. Three players breaking, or no, 2 players breaking on the sweep. I don't know if Optane just completely forgot about it or something.
Rip the FC.
But yeah, Matthias also broke on it. But yeah, Chile's going to take that first point and bring the pick into their own. So
yeah,
they got a break point, and possibly if they choose properly, they're going to get that second.
Yeah, obviously not the start Denmark wanted. Chile, though, playing excellent, holding their own. And
Octane did forget the stair.
Forgot the stair. Oh no.
Yeah, because what's funny is that I played these charts just to like get a feel for them, because and I had like a 99.5 full combo going into the ending of Summer and Kagome, and I got to the ending. I was like, yes, that was a good score, and then the stair came and I missed every note.
Oh man, Deer coming out from Chile, really trying to force this accuracy issue. Saw Denmark struggle with that, so they're going to test them on it with Deer. We see some of you in the chat asking, how does the scoring in Osamania work in V2?
Yeah,
Toph, you want to give a brief rundown?
Yeah, I can explain that. So basically, it works pretty similar to how Score V1 works. The main difference that you're going to see is that the heads and tails of long notes both have their own separate judgment window. So instead of what you see on Score V1, where it just increases your combo at a certain rate if you're holding down an LN, it's just going to count one combo for the head and one combo for the tail. The second most important deal is that it is combo based, at least the score is. You start at a combo bonus of 0, and then your score bonus maximum caps at 400 combo. And those are the two most significant. The only real other thing worth mentioning is that in terms of accuracy, Rainbow 300s and regular 300s are worth different amounts. So that's why you'll never see someone get 100% accuracy on Score V2, because it's pretty much impossible to get all Rainbow 300s, even on these group stage maps. So Rainbow 300 will keep you at 100% accuracy, and a regular 300 is worth 98.36%-ish. So that's really all that's worth saying. And
there you go. Getting into Deer now for Chile. We'll see if they can bank off of the accuracy battle here. And Skalim actually stepping out for Sebix. Sebix coming in for Skalim here.
Yeah. I'd imagine that just means that Sebix is more comfortable with like jack accuracy, or is capable of jacking for that long.
Yeah, Octane going to start with a massive accuracy drop there down into the 97s. He breaks combo as well. But Joel is holding well. It's just Octane who's been caught out. Got to recover.
Yeah, these patterns are notably not easy to keep combo on, especially if you're uncomfortable with Jackson 7.
But yeah, it is going to be Octane, the odd one out, and that's going to give the lead to Chile. As Sebix with a 99.9, the substitution was definitely a smart one.
Yeah, that's a really insane accuracy this far. Octane's still having problems.
And even look at his teammate, even Matthias, 99.7, that's still crazy good on this map. Joel not behind as well. It's unfortunately Octane.
Yeah, really the biggest difference being that Octane is 2% behind every single other person in this lobby. Not to discredit Matthias, Sebix, and Joel, they're all doing just fantastic. But sometimes it's really hard in Mania to bring up someone who's weaker on the accuracy side of things.
Yeah, because but man, look at Sebix go.
Yeah, still at 99.9.
Oh, Joel. He was having such a great run.
I guess I should have mentioned this when I was talking about Score V2, is that the combo advantage does exist. It is a thing that happens, so missing is punished, but the most significant part of your score is determined by accuracy.
And look at that chart from Sebix. No 200s. Almost all Rainbow 3s.
Yeah, no, that's
90 300s.
14-to-1 ratio, something like that. 14.
That is insane.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That is an SSS right there.
Yeah, well, it's a V1 double S, certainly.
996K.
Yeah, usually that term's denoted with a million score, which only happens with all Rainbow 300s. But yeah, really insane score. We saw a few scores on that with V1SS's earlier today. So, but
well, Chile take a 2-0 lead. Denmark now have a chance to try to cut the lead in half here with their pick. I want to say they're going to go for Otenba. Like, I don't know.
I would like to see them do that, or at least that. I would say that that's one of the best choices right now anyways, but given that performance from Chile on that chart, their accuracy is no slouch.
Well, yeah, that's just going to be bad news for them on any map, really.
Oh, and there it is. They do go with Otenba.
Yeah, Otenba coming out from Denmark. They got to get a point on the board here.
It is arguably their best opportunity to get a point. They might have to hope for a miss on the side of Chile, but just as easily they could end up getting this point off of some silly accuracy drops. I saw a few times earlier today where in the slow sections people were getting 200s all over the place.
Yeah, I noticed that as well.
Like a lot of people would nail every single part in the harder sections of the chart, but the opening people would be getting 2 or 3 200s. The ending slow part they would get 2 or 3 200s again, and then they'd end up with just those hindering their score.
And we will see the first substitution on the Danish side of things. It's going to be Nibby coming in for Optane, making his first appearance of the match. A substitution for Chile as well.
I'd imagine Stalin coming back in, maybe. I don't know. I heard he was having some minor keyboard issues, but I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, Matthias stepping out. And there he is, Stalin.
He is coming back.
So a substitution for each side. As we get into round number 3 on Otenba.
I love this song, by the way. I don't know. I have felt the need to say that.
It is a good song. Oh no, it's not as good as the Macau's warm-up song though. That was
What was that again? I don't remember.
Oh man, it was like that high school prom level song.
That's okay. I opened the stream as soon as and that was the first thing that I saw. It was just in the middle of that warm-up. I was like, I remember watching that match, but I don't remember the warm-up.
Good song. Anyway, here we go. Otenba, this is the pick from Denmark. They're looking to get on the board. And as Toph, you alluded to, we got to watch these slow parts.
Yeah. Sebax and Scotland bringing back their accuracy from the start, as we might expect from these early notes. Notably, it takes a really long time to get to that 400 combo bonus, and also to a point where your accuracy stays stagnant when these charts are so slow. So we'll probably see a bit of a change in their accuracies for a couple more, a little bit longer.
And Denmark is not that far behind. Joel is actually just ahead of Scallum. It's just Nibby who's a little behind, but he's not too far out of it.
Yeah, certainly in range that a 200 drop from either Sebax or Scallum could definitely tie this up. Ooh, I think Joel dropped a 200 there, though. He dropped his accuracy a ton.
Yeah, he dropped by a couple of hundreds there. But as long as he can recover.
0.2, so he was at 99.85 before.
Sebax is going to find a miss. That is a drop from Sebax. And Denmark to the lead. Halfway through.
That's going to be huge. I think Denmark really just has to hold on here. I don't know if accuracy is going to allow Chile to come back in this. There's a couple 200s from Nibby on that little LN burst.
Yeah, but I think as long as they can just maintain their accuracy, keep it in, the mid 99s, I think they're good here.
Yeah, and they're still taking advantage off of that combo break from Sebastian. He hasn't gotten quite to the 400 mark yet, so they're still holding on with it.
I mean, they're still going to need to obviously drop as few 200s as they possibly can. Now Sebax is at that 400 combo mark. No more advantage on that front for Denmark. The advantage is now going to be back with Chile.
Really close, though. They're closing that gap.
There, oh my goodness. But it's Scallum with the 99.89, 99.75 for Sebax.
Just
Chile is going to bring it back.
Oh, I don't know.
It's neck and neck, though.
I really hope these players don't drop 200 to this ending. I don't think my heart.
It could come down to the ending, Toph.
It
could be 200s in the ending that decide it.
Nah, I don't want to take the blame for this.
Here it comes.
There's anyone gonna drop 200s here? I don't know. If no one
Watch
drops it,
out.
Chile takes it, even with the drop.
Chile. Yeah.
Oh,
they have
Nibby dropped a 200.
Nibby. Oh, that's heartbreaking. Will we see anything from Chile? And it looks like they're gonna hold on.
Much left. I think Chile's gonna take it
by 3,600 points.
Yeah.
Chile, hold on and bring it back.
What a heartbreak. Oh, 2v. Look at that. 2 misses from Sebaix and no other bad judgments. I think the fact that he got such good accuracy was really the deal breaker there.
That is unfortunate.
That was so close.
Oh, man. Denmark were right there with them the whole way. Almost able to bring a point home.
As we expected, definitely one of Denmark's best opportunities to take a point here. But they are unlucky and don't get that point. Even with Sebaix's misses. Which, honestly, I thought those misses were going to be it. I thought that was just going to be done. And Denmark was going to take it for those.
If those misses had happened a little later in the song, I think Denmark definitely takes that point.
Maybe. I don't think it would have mattered too much, given that he was at the...
They're going with Verg here.
Interesting. I'm not.
Yeah, I really thought they were going to go with something like Ouroboros or Tenku no Shiro, just because to try to play the skill gap here.
Yeah, I can imagine. That's what I think they would do. This is arguably the easiest one remaining. Maybe Spika.
Yeah.
Maybe you could argue Spika is also pretty easy in comparison to the other two.
Yeah, it's true.
I think Chile ended up in a position where they don't want to choose the long note one just because they might feel weak at long notes, and then Tenku is. Ooh, those patterns are.
But the thing is, I felt like that this map for Verg. I think that this map of the maps remaining in the pool before Chile made their pick, this map was probably the one that Denmark has the best shot at taking.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there.
And that's why I was so surprised.
This would have been, I would imagine that this would be Denmark's next pick.
Yeah. So now it's probably kind of like well, now what? You know, Denmark have gotten basically their wish here.
Yeah, it's like, but in Chile's case, it's kind of hard to choose anything else. Like I said, they don't want to leave themselves vulnerable by picking LNs. And then Tenku no Shiro has ungodly hard patterns for group stage. You could drop so much accuracy, and then there's those sweeps that you could just drop combo on without even... You could be the best player in this game and still drop on those sweeps.
Yeah, and then again, you know, I also can understand this from a strategic point for Chile, because if they just pick Verg and they lose on Verg, they don't give anything away about potential weaknesses of the other maps in the pool. Denmark still would be blind in this case, kind of, not knowing any really apparent weaknesses of Chile.
All right,
versus if you know.
In? We coming in? Hold on. I don't know what's happening. We got 3 of them in.
We got 3 of them. Scallum is, we may get an abort here. Or we just get a refresh. Okay, here we go. We're good. Denmark actually holding their own here early on. All right, and here we go. Back into it now.
Wait.
And it's
Matthias having the strongest start.
Yeah, Matthias actually lowest accuracy right now. And Denmark is holding their own quite well. Quite well.
Joel is almost matching Scallum, and Nivi is ahead of Matthias by almost 0.2%. Oh, that was a drop, though. Well, not a combo drop. That was an accuracy drop.
Accuracy drop.
Or Matthias now keeping up, but
yeah, he's still a little behind though. They are neck and neck.
Is really the one making the difference right now with that 99.86. Oh, Matthias with a huge accuracy drop on that transition.
Yeah, I just noticed that, and Denmark back in the lead.
There was a 200 drop from Joel there, though. Ooh.
Yeah, that's gonna bring Denmark down just a little bit.
Why are these so close, dude?
It's, oh my goodness, because how these averages are working out. Chile slowly ahead, and Matthias still dropping even further, down to the 99.3s, trying to bring it back up.
Yeah, there is one more pattern towards the end of this second chorus that is actually like really hard.
It is Scallum that's making, it's Scallum that's making the difference. If he drops to 200, Chile's really gonna feel it.
Yeah, I could see Matthias like messing this up a little bit, but he gets through. Sort of. He's at
sort of.
3 now.
Nibby did drop a little bit as well, though.
But it looks
and
like
we have a
Chile's gonna
really
hold
close
on to
one.
that lead. Skalim holding on to almost 99.9, about to carry Chile
is that gonna
to
do it?
The victory.
And Chile are going to have 2 really close wins against Denmark to close this one out. You get the dub, 4-0.
Yeah, probably a little bit closer than Chile wanted to deal with.
Wow, those
honestly.
last 2 points were both under 5,000 points of difference. That's how close it was between these 2 teams. But Chile gets the win. Well played.
Yeah, that was a really good match. I expected... Well, I think a lot of people expected Chile to just completely dominate this match, just because, as we've said before, they're pretty much the best mid-seed. We're in contention of being a top seed in this tournament, but Denmark definitely held their own on these charts. I'm interested to actually see
absolutely.
How both of these teams are going to do against China, because like we said, China's a huge powerhouse.
And again, it is only group stage. It's only group stage, so it's not impossible for the low seed to beat a top seed. As a matter of fact, it's probably this is going to be where it's most likely.
It's the best place for a low seed to really up their game and knock out like a high seed.
Absolutely.
It's where we're going to see the most upsets, even though we really haven't seen too many of them. I don't think this tournament we saw at least one.
Yeah, one.
Was Netherlands. And that one surprised me more than almost anything else.
Yeah, that's been the theme this tournament so far, is the low seeds have been stepping up and playing big. A lot of these 4-0s don't tell the entire story of what's happened in that match. USA versus Macau. Macau was fierce. Threatened the United States every single round.
Macau definitely could have been a mid seed, and they would have been just fine in that position, I think. Like they'd hold their own in comparison to the other mid seeds. I want to see how Macau does against Russia.
Oh, that is going to be a great match.
Absolutely taking them down.
I cannot wait to see that match.
Yeah, we've seen so much interesting stuff happening through these rounds of this tournament. I can only imagine what's going to be happening for the rest of group stage. But that is the last match of this block.
Yeah, we're not going to be seeing more matches for another 6 hours when Chile will be back to take on China. Their fate in the tournament on the line. They're going to be competing for first place in the group if they can knock them off.
Their life in the tournament isn't on the line. Assuming
you're right. I was thinking
if China beats Denmark, then Chile moves on to groups
automatically.
Bracket stage already. So they're not quite at risk of losing their tournament lives, but they are fighting for that first place block, assuming that China's going to be able to win both of their matches.
Yeah, that's going to be a big battle for first place in the group potentially. So you don't want to miss that, guys. Plenty of great matches down, plenty of great matches to come. Halfway through the weekend here in the 2019 Osmania 7 Key World Cup. Stick around, guys. You don't want to miss it.